Hello everyone, welcome to Tpull's Corner. That's my way of imitating Fantasy Island, the old TV show back when they said, "Welcome to Fantasy Island." Let's see. We are in Historic today. We have a deck called Hydra because I got 3 copies of a very specific Hydra. And so I wanted to team it up with Maskwood Nexus and have some fun. And I think, let's see, we've got doubles of everything, so does this matter so much what it is? I guess we'll take that. We will put down the Fallen Shaman. We will wait. We're not going to block that. We will try and get some more land real quick. Let's see. I have 2 green already, right? I have 2 forests. That's all I need. And we might as well attack. That's kind of gross. And let's try that. Maybe that'll help us survive for a turn. We'll bring Audacity down on top of it. No attacks. We're going to have to use Fauna Shaman as a blocker, maybe. Our opponent is matching us land drop for land drop, even though we already used a Cultivate. This might work. Are you willing to make the trade? Oh, we made them think. They didn't do it. That's good for us because that means that thing goes away. Still matching us on the land draw. Passing us on the land draw. Interesting. Okay, let's take out you, and let's take out you, and we'll take the 4 points. But we just gained 6 points. So, ooh, that's what I've been waiting for. Gargos Vicious Watcher! We'll just attack with the 1. We're not greedy. See, they can definitely spend the energy, but why would you do that now, on this turn? This is making no sense. I can just kill you. Why would you do that? Well, the name is Crazy for Days, so maybe that's related. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to show you the deck. So anyway, for anybody new, my name is Travis. I'm on my 3rd year of broadcasting here on YouTube for Magic the Gathering games. So make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, so what happened was I was going to stay away from Historic because we've done a bunch of Tovolar decks with Maskwood Nexus to take advantage of a special transformation combo that's been kind of fun. But I got my third copy of Gargos Vicious Watcher. Vicious Watcher. Vicious Watcher. Not Washer. Yeah, he's like a cat, but he's got all these like 7 Hydra heads or whatever, so he just spends all day in the corner licking himself. It's really gross. No, Vicious Watcher. Okay, an 8/7 legendary Hydra with Vigilance. Hydra spells you cast cost 4 less to cast. Say that 3 times fast. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, that could be a spell by you or your opponent, by the way. It fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. So what happens if we take something that costs 4 less to cast for Hydra spells, and we throw in a Maskwood Nexus and make every creature we have a Hydra? That means whether it's in our graveyard, our hand, the deck, the battlefield, it's all Hydras, which means everything costs 4 less. So when you look at what we have 31 creatures, which is at least 5 more than I usually have for my highest. We've got 24 lands. We have a converted mana cost average of 4.6. However, if we get our combo down, all of this entire row becomes 4 less. So they basically become mostly a bunch of 2-drops. So here's what we've got. We've got 4 Fauna Shamans, so I can discard a creature and go get Gargos when I'm ready for him. So if I have Maskwood Nexus and I'm not getting my 3 Gargos Hydras, I can use a Fauna Shaman to discard a creature in my card and go get the Hydra. So that's actually, instead of having 4 copies of Gargos, I got maybe 7 chances to get at it. We've got an Audacity that I can cast on a creature as soon as Gargos is around, so that we can trigger the fight. I don't know if you call it a mechanic. Probably not a mechanic, but the fight passive activity? I don't know. But to trigger the Hydra anyway. To get our lands out, because you notice I do have 68 cards. 6 of those cards are ramp cards. So 4 Cultivates to get out lands, a couple of Intish Restorations. This is from the newer decks, Lord of the Rings, right? Sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them in the battlefield tapped. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you get to search for 3 basic lands. So that'll be fun. After the Maskwood Nexus, we're mostly up to creatures. I've got Platoon Dispenser, so at the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more creatures, you draw a card. And if we have extra land, we can use it as a monosync to create soldier artifact creature tokens. The Maskwood Nexus, we can only tap once with 3 to make a shapeshifter token with Changeling. This one, if we have a lot of extra mana, we don't tap. We can just spend it all that we have. We have Danitha, Benalius Hope, 4/4 Human Knight with First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. When it enters, you can put an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. So if we've lost an Audacity already and it's in the graveyard and we get Danitha, we get the Audacity back. That's fun. We have Sunblade Samurai, 4/4 with Vigilance. We can channel this if we get it early enough and we don't have lands. We can go cycle it for a basic lane. One Steel Seraph, which is a 5/4 Angel. At the beginning of combat, you get to have a creature you control gain your choice of Flying, Vigilance, or Lifelink till the end of the turn. Alabaster Host Intercessor. 3/4 when it enters, exile target creature an opponent controls. Or we can plane cycle it and go get a planes for 2. Grasping Giant, an old favorite of mine, 5/7 with Vigilance. Whenever it becomes blocked by a creature, you exile that creature until Grasping Giant leaves the battlefield. Imposing Ventasaur, 3/6 with Vigilance, or we can just pay 1 to cycle it. Loxodon Life Chanter, 4/6 Elephant Cleric. When it enters the battlefield, you may have your life total become the total toughness of creatures you control. So if we can time it and put that in later, that would be fun. For 6, you can activate it, get a +X/+X till end of turn, where X happens to be your life total. Angelic Guardian, whenever 1 or more creatures you control attack, they gain Indestructible. Loxodon Restore, 3/4. It costs 6, but you can convoke and bring it down. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Sarah's Guardian, 5/5 flyer with Vigilance. Other creatures you control have Vigilance. Valkyrie Harbinger, 4/5 with Flying and Lifelink. And if you gain 4 more life that turn, you get a 4/4 Flying Vigilance Angel creature token. We covered Gargos. 1 Combat Thresher, double strike. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card. We've got Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. Mythic Rare, Legendary Phyrexian Praetor, 4/7 with Vigilance. Other creatures get +2/+2. Creatures your opponents control get -2/-2. 2 board wipes with Realm Cloak Giant, destroy all non-giant creatures. If Maskwood Nexus is out, all of our stuff happens to be giants and are immune. And you can bring that back later. It's an adventure card. Not the new adventure cards like, but not from the Eldraine expansion, but from an earlier expansion. Moonshaker Cavalry costs 8. This is also from Eldraine. When Moonshaker, or this is from Eldraine, where this one is not. When Moonshaker Cavalry enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain flying and +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. We got a couple of Besiegers, one a Ganjo, 1 Gate to the Citadel to go seek a non-land card, and 2 Fields of Ruin. And the only question is, do I have too many specialty lands and not enough basic lands given all the ramp cards that I have to go find basic lands? We're about to find out, because I'm still kind of playtesting the land mix. Oh, we get to go first. I don't have a one mana play, so we'll put the tap down first. Then comes the Fauna Shaman. And we could destroy that with Besiege You, but I think I'd rather take the land. Oh, we have 2 of them. Excellent. Okay. So, most of the stuff that I can find searches for basic forest. So we're going to go look for our plain stuff first. I'm not going to attack. I want to use this to get Gargos as soon as I have a Maskwood Nexus. Oh, Lord of the Rings card. Okay. You can come attack me if you want. That's fine. I don't care. This is kind of fun. So we're just getting all the ramp, are we? Let's go ahead and let's do this. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we get all the ramp cards, get all of our basic lands out of the way right away, and we'll be able to summon the actual stuff we want to get to. They are liking the idea of ramping up themselves, aren't they? Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try this. I'm going to convoke. For life is good. And then we're going to get rid of you. They're spending all this time making sure they put land on top. They'll still get a land out of this, but we made them shuffle. So they do get their land. But they spent a spell specifically to put that land there. Yeah, they still ended up with a 5th land. Yeah, that one can't be blocked. Alright. I've never gotten this many ramp cards up front. So I got 8 ramp cards. I got 4 of them in the top 12, 13 cards. That's gross. Let's see. A cursed roll. I can block you. So we'll do it. Did that give them to all three? Where was that? Let me go back and look at that. For each creature your opponents control. Yeah, that's not bad for just 4 mana. Okay, we can afford this. And they're mostly tapped out, so we will exile you. We'll attack with what we got. And we ramped into enough land that we don't actually need our Hydras to make things cheaper at this point. Although we probably could use another Alabaster Intercessor at this point, because that's messed up. And after all that ramping, we're still just drawing land. Okay, we have no more basic lands, which actually makes this completely useless. So we may have just answered the question if I have too few basic lands in the deck. Not cool, man. Ugh, are you serious? Arena? I only have 24 lands. I have 68 cards. I have extra land, or I have extra spells and less land. And I already dragged out all the basics. How can I still, after casting 3 ramp spells, be flooding out? That's usually a sign they do not want me to win. Okay, so they exile the thing I used to exile. No, they're getting rid of that. Okay, so we lose Audacity, which means we finally get to draw another card. That's kind of cool for us. Because of this enchantment, they get to do it twice. And because they're holding on to this with flashback now, they can paralyze my Gargos in a second with that or the Sludge Monster. I'm at a big disadvantage here. If I get my Board Wipe Giants or the Fauna Shaman and they last for a turn, we'll be okay. Everybody flies now. Lovely. Okay. Everybody's got a flying counter. That's going to be a permanent counter, right? I think I have to... Do I have to get rid of Lear because it's got this stupid thing? I'd rather get rid of the Sludge Monster. I'm going to lose my abilities. Either way, I need to put this on here. I'm going to fight one. I feel like I lose either way. Well, this gets rid of the greater amount of damage. I don't know why. Maybe I need to just take the Intis Restoration out of the deck. I kind of feel like I need 2 colors. Yep, so they can flash that back. That puts me onto Gargos, and I've already used up both of my Besiegers, so I can't get rid of the roll. And everybody's got flying now and can go right over my head, and I'm stuck holding a worthless spell. Why does nothing ever go my way? Breaker Horror. Well, this says Vigilance, but they got enough flying blockers that they can cancel it out. Anything that they start casting. Aha! Okay, they tapped out to do that. So we'll take you away. There's a way for them to go wide, but not if they just attack. Let's see, 3, 6. Ouch. Yeah, I only have one flyer right now, so I'm in trouble again. I'm in big trouble now. They just had exactly everything they needed, didn't they? $11 lands for us. They stopped drawing lands at 8. They used the Dune Movers to get the land that they needed, and then they miraculously stopped drawing land, basically. And now they've got an unstoppable... What in the world is Phyrexian Atlas doing in your deck? Okay. Whew. No, we've still messed it up. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. We attack with everybody. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they have to start blocking. Block the ones you think you can kill. Okay, block and kill the Intercessor, please. Because that'll give you Hullbreaker Horror back. That's what you want. You want it back. Come on. Come on. Don't imagine I have a board wipe all of a sudden. What are the odds? Ugh. They know I have a board wipe. Okay, so what do I get rid of? I get rid of the one that can't be blocked that's a flyer. And we can't destroy everything or they get those two back. So all I can do is bring this down. But now they don't have lethal this turn, so they have to block the 7/7 giant. And I think they're going to give up. Now if they attack, they can create a colorless... No, they're going to do that? I still have lethal. They just wanted to show me how far they could get me down. Okay. That was kind of a nail biter. Yeah, that was kind of back and forth. I was very uncertain that I could win that. I was practically certain I was dead 3 or 4 times already. But that is why I don't quit. I'm really curious to see how things turn out. Sometimes just because, especially in Historic, you don't know what their decks are like, and you really want to see what their next card is and see more of their thought process, what their theme of their deck was, how their cards interact together. So, yeah, a lot of times I just don't quit. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna at least take out one of those Entis Restorations. What are the odds we got? We ended up getting 4 of the 6 ramp cards really early, which is normally a good thing, but I do not count on getting that stuff that fast. I think I'm going to have to create a Maskwood Nexus playlist. All the Tovolar stuff was already in its own playlist. I don't know that I should add that to it. Let me know in the comments. When I make a Maskwood Nexus playlist, I've already got like 5 or 6 Tovolar decks. They all have Maskwood Nexus in it. Should I add that so that every deck with Maskwood Nexus in it is counted for in the Maskwood Nexus playlist? Or, since the Tovolar Nexus is such a unique combination, just keep those separate and apart. The playlists are for you all so that it's easy for you to find the themes that you want to look at, the concepts you want to explore. So I can do it either way. I just need to know what you prefer. We need 3 green sources for the Hydra. But, as I said, everything is sort of geared... Well, I guess maybe not. Some of this stuff is geared to look for planes, so maybe I'm biased more towards planes, but when I already have my 3 for the Hydra, I tend to go exhaust the planes. Because if I'm getting my ramp spells, I'm not going to need to channel or cycle to get more planes. But I guess maybe I changed from the way I originally put this together. Maybe I was thinking I was looking for more basic forests than anything else. But it's just basic land cards, so it doesn't have to. It doesn't matter whether it's plains or forests. And there's my Hydra. They did not attack. We don't have much in the way of interaction other than, you know, we do have the host intercessors to exile individually. We've got the 2 board wipes. And you saw what kind of a pickle that put me in when we have them both out at the exact same time. Suddenly makes your plays very tricky, so we'll see what happens. Now basically all we need is a Maskwood Nexus and the rest of the deck is ready to go. That seems like it might be a board wipe. Are we playing with Doomskars? Let's just attack with what we got. When I have the advantage like that and my opponent's got a spell that's foretold, oh no. They're just creating stuff now. What can I do here? Can I do anything against that? What if I just put down the Gargos now? Your power isn't greater than that of the Hydra. A second one. Gee whiz. I was not prepared for that. 2 in a row of those? They'll get double strike on the 3rd chapter. And I don't have anything in the air yet to block them. So if they're both around, they've already got lethal over my head. Next turn. They're debating whether to attack or not. Okay, do I kill everybody? How about let's do this. Let's exile a token. Let's go ahead and put down the land. We'll go ahead and attack with Gargos because it's vigilant, and I'm willing to trade off if they are. They're willing to take the hit. Are they going to hit me with double strike and then use a Doomskar? So does that mean it was a mistake to keep all this here in attack? Should I have just done my own board wipe instead? Another angel that shoot that has a shield token, which gives me a problem. They're going to keep both shield tokens. They're not making this. They don't attack. Oh, because they don't have the double strike till next turn. Okay. Well, let's get rid of this thing. Oh, there was the Maskwood Nexus right there. Of course. Of course. Okay, so if we attack with you, you're going to block with the Sanctuary Warden. Now, there's nothing really I can do, is there? They're going to have double strike no matter what. So this was going to die no matter what. We only get rid of one of the shield tokens. And they've got flying lethal double strike damage next turn, so it doesn't leave any choice there. So they get to hit me for 14 points. And unless I can get rid of it next turn, it's got lethal for flying next turn as well. And what I've got here, nothing's going to help me. So it's very interesting. They have a full hand, and Arena gave them something with 2 shield counters, which is exactly the thing that helped them survive. The only thing, really, unless they'd had a giant, which would have helped them survive. So, for everybody new, Wizards has a team of spies. They mess with my games to make sure I lose. Especially when I win my first match. So this deck didn't even have Sanctuary Warden in it. The spies looked at the game state and they said, oh, if we put down something with a shield counter and our opponent, his opponent decides to block, then he can just destroy them all. So let's give it something with 2 shield counters. There's only one creature in the entire game that has 2 shield counters. And we're dead. We would have needed 2 board wipes in a row. And it's not that I don't have a lot of angels and flyers in my deck. I just wasn't drawing them. I actually have a decent number of angels in this deck. But when they're coming at you with all angels is kind of tough to beat. Okay, we have the combo, so all we need is land. Look at all those cards. That's a lot of cards. Okay, we've got a way to activate the Hydra as well. So we just need to not miss our land drops. that may be difficult when they're milling us. Okay, we're going to have to cycle for our planes. I guess we'll go get the gate to the Citadel. What did we all lose? We lost a Maskwood Nexus. We actually lost 5 of our lands. And we don't have much in the way of ramp. We've got one more of these if we can use it. And they have, of course, they have that. So it's just a mill deck. Is that all we're facing? Okay, so Nexus comes down. Half the combo is there. We still need 6. We need to get to 6, and what are we losing? Losing a lot of land. Okay, mill 3 cards. Discard 1 card. There's 5. Let's bring down you. Three, 4, 5. Plane cycle. Realm Breaker. What are we down to? 27? Three, 4, 5, 6. The thing that I need more than anything is my lands, and that's what they keep milling. Okay. We want to get rid of the Death Toucher, so I can keep hitting them. They're ready for me. But I have double strike, so I don't lose the Thresher. Okay, and they know that, so... That means they're going to get the cast down again. I'm down to 18. Less now. They can exile my graveyard. You're going to go after that for 1 point? Really? Okay. Is there any basic lands left? Okay. This will be 6 points. What do you got? Oh, they just want to mill me again. I was thinking they'd destroy the Thresher. My mistake. Okay, so I've got 2 turns left to defeat them. If they don't have... No, because they've got Realm Breaker. Even with my few extra cards that I had, that was not enough. Okay, so I can put you down. I can put Audacity on you. I can fight you with this. That gives me 3. That gives me lethal. They were tapped out, so they couldn't mill me out with Realm Breaker. And that's another reason why we don't quit. 1 card left. Feels good to beat a mill deck. Skin on my teeth again. These games are closer than I would like them to be. Hopefully that makes them better for you. That's a fair enough trade-off. If I'm close to death, if I'm that close to defeat, and I'm sweating bullets, as long as you're enjoying yourself, viewing audience, that's the important thing. Who cares if I've suffered 3 coronaries through the artificial stress I put myself playing a card game? Okay, we do need 3 white mana sources. Basically, 3 white and 3 green is all we need to cast anything in our deck. There is a case to be said for, since I have so many expensive cards, there is a... Oh, hello. What do I want to do? We'll go ahead and sacrifice this puppy. No attacks. Ramp spells are coming fast. Another Fauna Shaman. Blocking the poison. Still can't cast my other creature. And they've got 3 poisons now. If I put this down by itself... Blammo. They're operating off of only 2 lands. That's kind of good for me. We go ahead and fight you. And they quit. They probably had removal too, if only they've gotten 1 more land. So that game was not nearly so satisfying. It is cool for me to get my 6 lands out and then draw on curve my 6 costing legendary creature. That's kind of like the perfect hand for me, but I feel like that person won too many times in a row and they were being punished. I've been in that position before. That was just a little too perfect for them to be stuck on 2 lands. And here, what is up with... Well, this is Historic. We do come across greater sized decks in Historic. But why not 250 at that point? Why 241? When did you get to the card number 242 and decide, no, you know what? That's too many. I'm not going up to 250. That is way too much. I built a deck with 241 cards. I faced a guy that had 243. Yeah, that's just crazy. Nobody needs that many cards. Do we ramp right this second? No, we've got to cultivate, and we have an ancient restoration already. We should be able to get by without cycling any of those other cards. Which means we might get to use them at some point. That would be cool. They need 2 free to get their snow lands up, and that gives them, what, 4/4? We're kind of running behind. They got to go first. Let's see if this will help us catch up at all. Come on, it's my turn. Do you have a counterspell? They have a counterspell. Out of all those cards, and they've got a counterspell ready. A lot of people don't counterspell ramp. They think, we'll let them have their land, and we'll just get them on the backside when they're trying to cast an actual spell. So do I have to play around counterspells now? That's tough on me with how expensive my deck is. But they're ramping for cards, so maybe that gives us an opening. That's 5. If they have 2 open, they can make a 4/4 blocker anytime they want. And they can pump this up now. No, they just go for Cura instead. And we are kind of stalling out as far as land goes, but... Okay, we need 2 other creatures, so we just need 1 more creature to start our card draw advantage. They just went up to level 3. And they can fly over our heads, but they don't. We're still not getting land. It's after our ramp. If we attack with Cura, they're probably willing to make the trade, right? Because they'll just create a spirit creature token that's even bigger. But if I get 1 more land, I can exile that token. They take it. Okay, so that gives me a draw. And I got my 6th land. Oh, great. Somebody who can't be blocked. I've got a number of threats all of a sudden. I've got a couple of problems now. Okay. Let's get rid of the flyer. Get a card draw. I do like that card. Who do they pump up? They pump up Wanty Malison, which is fine because we have a Ganjo now. That's going to tap. And now they got card draw since they have Grazlex down right after Wanty. So they get to venture and a card draw. So I really need to save up with a Ganjo here. So what do I cast? I can ramp a little finally, right? I can take out 1 turn to ramp. Can I take time out to ramp? 5, 6, 7, 8, not really. They kind of made sure I can't, didn't they? One, two, three, four. I don't have what I need. Oh shoot. I sacrificed. I could have done 3, right? I'm such a moron. I'm so used to doing 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and put this out. My opponent, who has every advantage in the world, is getting impatient with me. And yeah, out of everything, they have a Hullbreaker Horror on top of it. Oh yes, I'm so sorry I was taking so long. Okay, they attack with just the 1. That was the best thing we could have hoped for. I don't know why they're not attacking with the samurai they have and making us trade. We go ahead and fire this off. Get rid of the stupid Hullbreaker Horror. I think we're done there. Do get our card draw. That's a good card to get. The problem is the Flying Death Toucher. And something else that gives things Death Touch. Great. Oh, thank you. And a Scoot Swarm on top of everything. If you had the Scoot Swarm, I would have attacked with everything before that or something, right? Okay. And it was too much to hope that we would get a board wipe. Here, we'll just do this to them. It's my turn. You had your turn. You've got an army of 9 different creatures out here. And I'm down to 7. And I'm going to put Audacity on that. We're going to fight you, and I'm going to get my creature back. And even things up just a tiny bit here. And they take it, because it just puts them down to 20, so what do they care? And now they've got lethal. I have no lifelink, and I can't block that many all at once. Yeah, they got me cold. Really? Are you playing with me? Got me down to 1. That is not enough, is it? 3... If I could cast that... They're still over 23. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not what I needed either. And I don't have enough to spend it. Alright. They got me. I'm getting some good cards some of the time, but not the combo. The combo would have really changed things for me there. We're going to do one more, and hopefully I actually get to play the combo. The good news is I've got enough ramp in here, and I'm dealt enough land as it is that I'm not in that big a danger of being land starved on most of this. So despite having all those 6-drops, I'm actually having a much easier time than ever before in drawing and using the cards I want to draw and use as I get them. And I don't know how much it was a misplay for me to... Let's see. Yep, we are ramping. We are ramping. We are ramping. For me only grabbing those 2, I guess we go in at... yeah. They don't want to give up their Savage Gorger, so go ahead and hit them while we can. Flank is bad for us. So I think we just go ahead and get rid of the enchantment now before that gets to be too much. And then we still ramp some more while we can. They are ready with stuff for the guy that flies. Oh, I need it. Oh, they attack. Shoot. I can't go get Gargaros now. Oh, never mind. There he is. Gargos! Let's start with this. 3, 6, 7. If they have removal, I'm pretty much dead. But I have enough to do this. Let's go ahead and stop that one since you can pump that one up. Bingo. Okay. Audacity on you. We fight you. We have the combo. And this cost 4 less now because it's a Hydra. So even if they have removal for 1, I've still got a chump blocker. However, that did exhaust just about everything we had. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if that costs them later. We've got Trample. They can double block. It's probably worth it to them. I think it's okay for me to lose this. I still hit them for damage and we get a card draw out of it. That seems fair. And I don't need the price discount anymore. I've got so much land. I can cast any card in my deck now, even the 8-drop. Okay, that might be a problem normally. But everything else on the ground is just to block your 5/5. Everything else, we go over your head now. And you don't have your plummet, or do you have... Oh, never mind. Never mind! We're not waiting, we don't care anymore. Ramp. Out of all the cards in my deck, I've already used 2 of the 4, and out of 46 cards, I still draw the 3rd one. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to drawing my ramp spells. It's like the AI flipped the script when I went from Modern Standard into Historical. Whenever I create a deck in Modern Standard and I have ramp cards, I maybe get 1 of them. I hardly ever get 2 or 3 this far up, this early in my deck. Really throwing me off. It's just a war of attrition now. They can kill my heaviest people and still have their 5/5 out, but they're taking 6 points this turn. They need a board wipe. And actually, the board wipe's too late because I can bring in the platoon dispenser after the board wipe with Unearth. They can go search for a 2-value card, or they could go search for another Typhoid Rats, right? That's still not enough. Cost them 4 to go search for another Typhoid Rat, 1 more to bring it down. What do you do with the 3rd mana source? Even if you had like a 1/1 green Death Touch chump blocker, I've still got 4 more points of damage against you. Well, the Gargos didn't last too long with with the Masquid Nexus, but it did last long enough that we got a couple of these Sunblade Samurais down for 1 mana apiece. That was kind of cool. We unearth that. We just go in and attack everybody. Combo helped us survive and turn the tables. Which is good, because if we had tapped everybody, they would have had lethal on us next turn. Alright, I think we'll leave it there. I'll go ahead and show you the deck one more time. And since I only say it once a video usually, let me remember... Oh, this is one of the new cards too. Sacrifice Embereth Veteran, create a young hero role attached to another target creature. I like to stop right... I don't have all the cards memorized from Woes of Eldraine just yet. Sorry, Wilds of Eldraine. The 3-letter symbol is WOE for the set list card, so it's Woe. So I keep thinking of it as Woe of Eldraine instead of Woes of Eldraine instead of Wilds of Eldraine. Okay, so the only thing that I'm sad about is that I didn't get to show you more than just once. I've had playtesting where I get the Nexus down with the Gargos Vicious Watcher, and here we were able to bring down a couple of Sunblade Samurais for just 1 white mana apiece. But I have had rounds where I've had like 4 other of these cards, and we bring down like I think I did like 3 at once. So for the price of 6 energy, we brought down about 18 worth. All in 1 round. So when you get the combo out, if you do happen to have some ammo, it's really impressive to behold. And then of course the enemy usually scoops, but what can you do? So let me know what you think. Again, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time with a new deck. Thanks everybody, have a good one.